I'd like to say thank you to every subscriber out there and people that watch it online and people that get help. I've gotten a few friends from the online videos. I appreciate that. My suggestion would be to all my subscribers if they would send the videos out. Send them to people. Get them out there. They may not be grade A compared to what some people want or desire, but the bottom line is there's things loaded with truth, and people need help, and I'd love to see some of these videos just go viral, amen? That views are 18 views, well, but then people are commenting on how it's helping, and I'm going, wow. The average person, when they come by a video on prayer, they look at it like, oh, yeah. They yawn. They're not interested in learning how to pray. They want something else that's going to gag them with this world's news and all that stuff. And I want the truth of God's words. Amen. Psalm 37. Good morning, Miss Diane. How you doing? Real good. Good to see you. Amen. Psalm 37. This word keeps reading, and so we're going to go through the scriptures. Some preachers say this is a lazy way to preach, but I went through every reference, and we'll cover it this morning on this certain word. And I think it's important, and I don't think the Bible would keep mentioning it if it didn't. Psalm 37. The wicked shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of an upright conversation. Amen. And the word is conversation. I want to call your attention to that. A lot of people don't understand what that word means. And that word's more than just you talking. You say, well, me and my wife, we just don't know how to communicate. Well, but conversation in the Bible is a little bit different than you just getting on your cell phone and talking to somebody. Amen? Here, this is a manner of life. It's the way people live. It's behavior. Notice what it says. To cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. You say, what's that mean? That's somebody that's doing right, that's living uprightly. You know what, this nation is divided between corruption, amen, and righteous. Right? The Bible's all through there. It talks about the wicked versus the righteous, left and right. And our nation is divided from the left to the right. And the left hate the right. And the right hate the left. We don't want to admit that, but we really do. I hate their sin. I hate their wickedness. I hate that they want to shove their perversion in my face. You understand? They want to kill us if they have a chance. Amen. They're already breathing out threatenings that they want to kill the upright. Right there, look at the verse. And to slay such, it be of an upright conversation, the way of life. Listen, conversation, according to 1828 dictionary, a general course of manners, behavior, deportment, as respect to moral, a keeping company, familiar intercourse, an intimate fellowship or association, a commerce in social life. It's the way you live. It's a manner of life. Amen? And if you want to live upright and be a good, upstanding Christian and a citizen in your community and in your church and on the job, the wicked hate you. They're condemned by you. See, your family, listen, you get saved, you get right with God, and all of a sudden your wickedness stops. Your sinful life stops. You begin to have your life cleaned up. You begin to become sanctified, and you're a new creature. All of a sudden, that puts condemnation on them because now their flaws and their sin is revealed. And now they're upset that you're not willing to go in the same gutter they're going in, not cuss with them, not drink with them, not party with them. They're upset that you've left wickedness to follow righteousness. that exposes them, that heaps condemnation upon them, and therefore they're angry. Amen? And these people want to kill. Let's look in Psalm 50. Psalm 50, verse 23. We're talking about your conversation. That's your way of life, your manner of life. It's how you live. Look at verse 16. 50:16. But unto the who? The wicked, God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? You know, there's a bunch of wicked preachers out there. You say, what, a preacher? Yes, there's a bunch of wicked preachers that stand in the pulpit and correct God's book every time they open it up. Dax was running with some preachers that cussed and used foul language. And he come out against it, and his preacher turned on him because they wanted him to do that. Said, you got to lighten up a little bit. I know another preacher that was out on the golf course, and these preachers pull out a cigar and say, here, and he's saying vile things. You say, what? They're wicked preachers. You got wicked Christians. You say, how can you be a Christian? Well, wicked save people. How's that? Amen? They got wickedness in their life. They promote sin. They think that they can walk with God and embrace sin. It's not right. Amen? So why do they open their mouth and say anything about God? You know the worst thing to do is to be a Christian and not live the life. Listen, does your walk talk, or does your talk walk? Covenant in your mouth and then live like hell. God's exposing their hypocrisy, right? They can make it better and prosperous in this life. They'll compromise. Why? They got an ends justifies the means philosophy. They won't separate themselves from sin. Amen. You say, well, I won't get good enough Christmas presents because I take a stand against my family members that's living like hell. I'd rather walk with God than get a Christmas present. Amen. I'll be kicked out of the family. No, you got to take a stand, right? Look at what it says. When thou sawest a thief, when thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers, verse 19, thou givest thy mouth to eat. You understand? Ugly, he just made a, because you want something from God, and you want something from his book, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to find out what's out of order in your life, and he's going to help you put it in order in your life, and he's going to help you put it in order to get your priorities straight, your values straight, amen, and your steps straight, and your walk and your spirit right. That's why you're here, to get something from God, from his book, to help you order it right in life. Right? I don't think any of you want to be a black eye to Jesus. Amen? I don't think you want to be a reproach to Christianity. I think you want to be, to draw people to Christ. You want your light to shine. Look at what it says, verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget God. Man, what a sermon to lost people, huh? Lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. You see what God's going to do to somebody that forgets God? God talks about all the nations that forget God and be cast into hell. Psalms 9:17. He's going to tear them in pieces. You say, I don't believe a loving God would do that. That's why you don't believe that book. You know how I live? I live in the fear of God. Amen. You know what I know? If I walk away from the ministry today, I'll be torn in pieces. You say, what? God ain't going to give me that second chance. Amen. God already came to me 40 years ago and said, boy, you don't get right with me, I'll kill you. And I've been walking with him for almost 40 years come next month. Christ allowed him to be crucified